And welcome back to the hottest marriage show in the world. It's I, John D. and
Tanika,
aka and Too Much Podcast. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Wonderful, thank you. I like this view better than the last view, so thank you.
Him like to be close.
Yeah, for sure. I can sneak over and try to touch her leg when nobody's looking.
Ew.
He's so close.
Yes.
Anyways, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Pretty good. Just, I guess you could say, just excited about Dallas and Darius still their journey in archery. Just watching them, like try to figure it out, how they can improve and prevent, poor performances from occurring.
Yeah. They're doing really well. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully they can get a lesson out of this short season.
Man. You know what? It's one of the wonderful things about archery. The season is short. However, I wanted to see more than this. Like last season was short too. It's nothing like being long and drawn out like football and all that stuff. Like the flights take about 45 minutes to see them do their performance and then you're out the door. So it's kind of cool. But I would like to see them be able to shoot more. So
yeah, hopefully in the coming years they'll be able to participate in more tournaments.
Yeah. So,
Anything on your mind today?
I'm gonna pick your brain first. What's on your mind?
I don't really have anything in particular other than where do you think we should point students in, like, as far as exploration of themselves, like, how are, like, with Day in Dallas, it's kind of like you said the other day, it's pretty dope how we got to watch them kind of develop into this, because a few years ago, we just didn't know where they were going, where they were headed. So now, it's like trying to see how we can help Darius. And what I typically do is like try to use your message for my own students so that they can kind of tailor their own interest into a particular direction versus being scatterbrained. Because I don't want them to end up in college with a useless degree. And when I say useless, I mean the amount of money you spend for a degree, the least you could do is get a job to pay it back.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. My undergrad degree required to go get a master's if I wanted to do anything. So definitely the guidance is different in the South.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as that. But I don't know. I was really worried about Day. I think somewhere in the past, when we talked about this, we talked about how she was like, I don't want to go to college. I'm going to do something. It's not going to include college. We were making decisions about whether or not she had to take the PSAT because she wasn't concerned about going to college, all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, something just clicked the last year. And she was like, this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. Dallas has known what he's wanted to do since he was a baby. Even before he could say what he was going to do, he was showing us what he was going to do. Darius, he's exploring. I mean, his interests run the gamut. So even being able to pare him down to a few things that he might be interested in is so difficult. So I don't really even know. Like, Dallas made it easy for us. Day, she had me worried, but she found her way. I don't really know what to do to direct him. My biggest thing is, like, once they say that this is something that they want to do, I want to find every opportunity for them to continue to explore it and build it. Because when I went to college, I thought I knew what I wanted. I ended up in an interdisciplinary bachelor's program, which anybody who knows interdisciplinary just means that you learned a little bit about a lot of different things, but definitely didn't develop a skill set to do anything in particular. And I don't want that for them. If you're going to spend the money gaining expertise in something that you really want. Yeah. And so the whole idea of going to college to explore yourself, I think there are other ways to do that. But that's definitely not something I want to spend a lot of money on, is them exploring themselves with absolutely no idea or direction.
Elon Musk said that college is a waste of time unless you just want to go have fun and meet people. He said that the education is overpriced where you can just get it anywhere.
But he can say that because didn't he come from money?
I wouldn't say that, but I know that he didn't go to college.
Well, I feel like there are a few things about what he said. So there are certain people who are great with ideas. And all you got to do is find the people who have the training to make your ideas come to life. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily have to know how to do anything. And I think that that's one of the things I wonder about with him. I'm not really familiar with him, but I do know that right now we're in the process of hiring a new nurse for my job, and the degree is everything. I mean, it's making a decision that's like, so people have the privilege.
Exceptions we know you would definitely want.
There are definitely people who have the privilege of being able to say college is just if you want to go have fun. I disagree. I think that if you're going to college, you need to be going to get a skill set because it's so expensive. If you're going there, it better be to get a skill set you couldn't find anywhere else.
But he's saying you can get that online. Like if you just study, like you can find all of these books. You can buy them
in certain fields. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, think about the stuff that
I'm thinking about
outside of service.
Well, and right now, people will talk about how you could get certifications online by doing all of these things by yourself, and then you have this skill set and this. In the turning ways of jobs and technology and stuff, I do agree with what he's saying. You don't have to go to college to get a lot of these positions that I'm seeing out here.
For sure.
But there are certain ones where it's necessary.
Absolutely.
And so I'm saying
he's not. Yeah. No, we're just talking about those people when we said clueless of going interdisciplinary. Yeah. And I had one also. So we have experience in this area. Don't do that. It's probably not in your best interest because you kind of get pigeonholed in a specific field like teaching. Yeah. And I believe that some of the best teachers come from career changers, but I don't want people to find teaching that way because you kind of go into teaching, with this idea that this is all you can do and you don't look at it as a valuable profession.
Yeah. It's like what I'm left with.
Yes.
I always say, do not, and I have a friend right now, I keep saying this to her, quit letting your kids talk about getting an ology degree. Psychology, biology, anthropology, sociology, if it got ology on it, don't do it. Because the study of something, it's great to learn about what you're interested in, get a minor in it, get a concentration in it, use some of your elective credits for it. But when you pay that money and you come out, that bill is going to be far more than what an ology is going to be able to get you in a career. You got to have a skill.
Unless you're going to get your doctorate in it.
Yeah. And then it's like it makes you go to a master's program. If you want to do something in that area, it makes you possibly have to go get a doctorate. So I always say, the ologies are fun. Don't do the ologies as a whole entire degree set or like your major. And interdisciplinary run, because that's I really, and what's crazy is I'm a first generation college student in my family. I'm a part of that generation, and my parents didn't know to say don't do this, but I'm gonna say it today in Dallas. Yeah. I know what they're interested in, but even there's a program that, like I was saying before, I look for programs that will support the kids and what they want to do. So I found online and in-person programs for day in Dallas nearby for them to kind of build their skill set. But one of the programs is at a college that while they're providing this program and it's awesome, they're saying it's kind of like a gateway into their bachelor's program, which is an interdisciplinary program for what Day is doing. And I said, no, you're not going to go there because it's not, you have a specific interest and it's great to explore these things. You can do that in some of your credits, but we're not doing interdisciplinary because you're not coming out with you're not going to be a competitive person in the field of what you want to do. I don't care what the college.
A jack of all trades type of thing that doesn't allow you to focus on the area that you probably have interest in, but you have all of this that nobody cares about.
And this is the gag is like, so the idea is that the university that the program is through, it's a very prestigious, it's a great university, amazing university. If somebody said, I went to this university, they'll be like, ooh, but the program is not. And so in the end, what's that name on that degree really going to do if when you go out there, you're not as well equipped as other people?
It's like, it's the degree that takes advantage of first generation college students.
It is. Oh my goodness, y'all stop. I'm going to tell you, did I tell you? Okay, so when I went into undergrad, I was undecided. Now, you don't go in undecided. You go in as an exploratory major. And all that is undecided. But it has a name on it and you get to, like, it gives a little bit more direction, though. Like, you go into the Career Center, you take the little exams that tell you what you might be really good in. And then it takes you on certain tracks. You can try certain tracks to see what you like in these areas. And they have specific classes that are more of like intro to this path, So it gives them a good idea. But in the end, like, still, I think that's it's a much better guide than what I had. And it probably would have kept me out of the interdisciplinary program. But you just got to look out for that stuff. But it's like you said, it's that first generation trap.
Financial trap.
It's a financial trap because you think you're doing something. And so you're going to finish.
Because all you think about, I got a degree from this institution. And like, what are you good in? What do you work at? What?
But like, well, I learned a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like,
and you're like, I graduated from here, but you stuck.
Yes. And I'm all about giving kids real advice on where they can go. So in this case, I would definitely like to try interdisciplinary studies in real life with a paycheck rather than in a class. You know what I mean? So it's odd because Dallas has he's already set his path on where he's going to go, what he's going to do, how he's going to get there. Day, she's developing that. And Darius right now is kind of like loose. So he's going to be the person that we focus more on in giving him interdisciplinary outside of this college experience.
Yeah.
Because he's the first generation of his family. He'll be the first. I guess he's not, but on track to graduate, I'll say that. And so we want to get him on the right track. And I'm not about wasting nobody's money or time.
Yeah, for sure. And if we can give people information that could reduce some of these hiccups, like, I don't know what we could say for people, but maybe it was like, hey, that degree you can't get.
You could take some classes.
You can send us a message and we'll tell you why if you need more information. Overall, we just want you guys to, like, if you're going to it's probably going to be a loan. Mm-hmm. If the loan is going to make sense, you need to invest in something that you can really get something, get a return.
Yeah.
It's just not a degree. A degree is more overrated than you would believe unless it's intentional.
I agree, because I feel like they still gonna chase you with them student loans, and you're gonna be like, I ain't even doing nothing with that. Like, I feel like 70% of my loans, they should just be like, it's okay, you don't have to pay it because you're not doing anything with anything. But that's not how the world works, and so I don't. And I just feel like the other thing is that vocational programs shouldn't have the same feel that people look at them as, because those are lucrative Like you can make some money in some of these vocations you can learn with far less investment in the educational part of it and be in a really great place. Like we've paid enough to our home warranty people for these people with these vocations to come in and fix our house for me to know, hey, when we had to hand over that little buck and some change, I'll be sitting there like, huh. And then they come in and some people, they fix our stuff in like 20 minutes. And I'd be like, how much you just make? I never ask. But in my head, I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
We need to quit acting like these vocational programs ain't something that, we should steer some kids into. Like if somebody is really, really good with working with their hands and understanding stuff, people will be like, you should go to college and be an engineer. But you might be really great at being a mechanic or being an electrician or being a plumber and getting that money off rip. And sometimes engineer will be driving people crazy. Sometimes we shouldn't direct people immediately to a college program. We should ask them, give them the whole rundown of all the things that could use their skill set.
Yeah. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't go to college though.
I didn't have a skill set that I could do anything either. Like when I was growing up, we had a vocational school and a lot of the girls went to cosmetology school. Mm-hmm. I don't know many. When they left, they were able to be cosmetologists. Like they had the hours and they would be able to take the test. I have one friend, he came out as a barber. He still has his own shop. And we've been out of school for 25 years. He's been doing his thing. But I also have another friend. She did the whole program. And when she came out, cosmetology was nowhere near what she was interested in doing. She went on about her business and did something completely different. But I do think that when I looked at it, none of the vocations really fit me. So it wasn't something that I don't think I could have done anything outside of college. I needed it. But I wish that I had more guidance when I went through so that I didn't waste as much time.
So with what you know now, what would you have done differently undergrad-wise?
Undergrad-wise, I think I would have gotten a mentor. And I think that I would have spent way more time in the counseling office in the career center because I came in undecided. I said I was going to go and get a business degree and that I was going to run a business. But I didn't do anything when I got into college that was going to lead me in that direction. And I should have.
You think you would have been a better business person?
I do. I think that I would have been better at that. But I just didn't. When I had all that excitement and that fire, I didn't utilize anything around me. But I think I would have used the university resources more. I wish I would have been involved in an organization that would have allowed me to have more mentorship. Yeah. I think that was one of the things when I was in undergrad, I had considered a sorority just off the strength of, number one, being able to connect with other young women my age because I was a little introverted. But also, my aunt was a part of one, and the understanding of networking and connecting with people, I felt like I would find that mentorship there.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't, the pathway into a sorority was not for me as a person. And I think that's how I felt that was the only way I was going to get that. And then I just kind of did everything on my own. I wish that there was some way that I would have been able to connect with somebody who would have been like, talk to me about what it is you actually want to do. Because now when my cousins say stuff to me, I ask them to walk me through so what is it that you want? Because then we could talk about, but I didn't have that. A lot of my cousins before me, they didn't go in the direction I did. They came out of high school and they worked. So they couldn't really help me explore beyond working for the state, working for MSU, working for GM, working for, this is all that we knew here. I don't know what else I would have done either, but I wish I would have had that. What would have kept you out of the interdisciplinary degree? No hate on interdisciplinary degrees, but I'm just saying,
It's a better route.
Yeah.
That that's if you graduate with one, you know, you have opportunities, but if you don't have to go that route, we prefer you to go the more direct, cheaper route where you can get better on your return.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
For sure. With what I'm doing now, I think I would have went into communication, or I would have intentionally became a teacher. I don't know how I would have found either or though, like without the information I have now.
Wasn't your favorite class in communication? No, that wasn't your favorite class in estate.
No, it was cause and effect.
Oh yeah, okay.
But they pronounce affect. Yeah, that was. But I didn't get that until the last semester of my matriculation years.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the very last group of classes I got.
Yeah, how would you have found communication?
I don't know. Lord knows I needed it. Well, I don't know how I would have found education either, because I was just, I was, the way that I was viewing life, it was just fast. That's all it was. It was nothing where I am now. So I don't know what I could have done differently without just going through this experience, because I don't think I was humble enough to look for a mentor, but I would have loved for a mentor to find me because they saw something in me.
Yeah.
You know, I just didn't know I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, even me being in my organization, I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know, I thought that maybe, I did, I guess, Ozzy,
yeah.
But, you know, I guess I was just too loud for him to you know, because he tried, I guess. But I don't know what I could have done other than get here like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Had to take the hard road, huh?
I did.
Yeah.
Because I was too arrogant too. I felt like the messaging I was getting, like I'm graduating, I'm in my fraternity, like I got a job, like I'm like a nice guy, like I could do whatever I want to do. Like as crazy as that sound, like I just felt like I did everything everybody told me to do. And it still was gone. It was staring me right into the wall. None of that mattered.
It didn't.
Hey, look, just like before we get out of here, just like somebody was disappointed that I got you pregnant. I was like, I hit some boxes, didn't I? Like, you know, and I wasn't like a complete loser. I graduated with 2 degrees, you know, like I was working as an educator. Like I was like, they was sadly disappointed. She was pregnant.
He got her.
Like I was like, dang, like that's crazy. But you know, like
he probably knew you were looking at the wall. No, he didn't know you were looking at the wall.
But he couldn't have.
He couldn't.
Yeah. But like, because I told you, I would have understood that I had to evaluate. Like he didn't know enough information.
No.
But
he was like, I still check some boxes.
He was like, maybe he heard enough about nothing. He was like, well, he's not good. Like he should have found me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know. Yeah. You know, I wasn't even like, I'm first generation everything.
He is.
You know? So.
I'm first generation everything, true.
Yeah, so, but it was cool. You know, it's cool. Like, I have no idea what I would have done. Just grateful that I'm where I am because I really enjoy what I do.
Yeah, me too.
For sure. Anybody you want to give a shout out before we get out of here?
To all the people in IDS, Interdisciplinary Studies, Michigan State University, class of 2003.
And 1. 2001, I did graduate. I did.
And then I had to go get more degrees. But
definitely went to go get more degrees.
We did, yes. But yeah, shout out to everybody wherever you may be. You know what I would love? I would love for people to be able to say, I was an IDS alum, and then tell us what they're doing right now.
That would be interesting.
It would.
I bet all they're gonna just prove is that everybody had to go do something else.
Well, but then the other thing I would wonder is how closely is it related to their concentration in their, what was it called? A cognate?
Yeah, cognate.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to know. You know what? Michigan State need to let me know if they've done that. The School of Social Science. Did y'all find out what your people do after they leave that program?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that program's still there. Anyway,
no, it's still there.
It is?
No, for sure.
Okay. Well, shout out to y'all. Because we made it.
Because y'all apparently getting money.
Somewhere. Yeah.
And since we gave that shout out, just wipe our loans out.
Please. Call them and tell them.
No, but thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA. Get after that action, or that action will get after you. Be great on purpose. Boom.